already people in there.
How do we see? What's up? What's up? What's up?
If you put this over here, you can see.
What are we gonna do?
Is there anyone?
Boom! Oh wow, there's a lot of you guys here already. What up? What up? What up? Let's see. We got Derek, Josh, Jamal, Brian. What up, dude? Yep. B3. Dropping the super chat already. A little shout out. Thank you, dude.
See if you can put it up on the screen.
Yeah, hold on. How do I do that again? I'm trying to learn this new software, so just trying to figure it out. I just got this.
Find where the super chat is.
I just click on it.
No, you push add to broadcast.
Boom! There we go.
So see if you can. Is there like something in the corner?
No, I don't see anything. But anyway, so we're trying to figure out all this new software. Mel loves getting all this technical stuff, and I'm not so good with all the technical stuff. So she's over here trying to figure it out. But cool, Big Feist is out here. We see Big Feist. We got Tomcat. We got, let's see, we got Sam, Amy. We got a lot of people in here.
Keep them up there.
Yeah, so thanks everybody for being here. We're gonna try some of these features. We're gonna try something new that we didn't do last week. So
make sure you hear that little click. That means you need to.
All right, let me mute. All right.
You got it?
Yep, so here we go. Welcome to Monday night, Moto Night. Yeah, probably should ask you guys if you could hear me before I did that, but is this the audio good? Give me a little thumbs up, because with our live that we did on Saturday, we had some issues. So how is it? Is it good? A little thumbs up from somebody? Man, there's a lot of guys in here tonight. Yeah. Shay. Well, hopefully it's better than it was on Saturday. Okay, cool. I'm seeing a lot of thumbs up. Well, good, man. Thanks for joining us. We are here on Monday night, Moto Nights, hanging out, kicking it with you guys, talking about moto, talking about training, riding, the moto life. That's what we do. We ride, we train, we crash, we get sore, we get up and do it again. That's part of the deal. We travel all around the world, doing what we love. So here we are, Monday night, 7 p.m., hanging out. Here with your boy, RF. And so, how's your week been? I had a pretty good week. Lots going on both sides. As some of you guys know, me and my wife have another channel called Ronnie and Mel. It's a ministry channel. So, we do both ministry and moto. And so, we had a lot going on that side. And also, getting ready for the first RFMX school is this Saturday. In Basher, Kansas. So getting ready for that. Launched the site last week. If you haven't been to the site, let me throw it up on the screen. It's ronniefeistmx.com. The Saturday class this week, it's sold out. It's done for the week. Only taking 5 students per class. So this month's class is done. June 20th is the next class. We're taking students. We already got 2 guys in, so we only have 3 spots left. So if you guys are interested and you're in the area, anywhere in the Midwest, got a couple guys that just been talking to me that are thinking about traveling. They haven't signed up yet, but they're like, hey, man, I'm thinking about coming down. One was from, I believe, North Dakota, Colorado. A couple people thinking about making it in. So if you're in the surrounding areas and you want to come out to a class, it's a 5-hour class. We're going to go through all the basics and work on helping you guys work on the technique to become better, safer, smoother riders. And then through that, you become faster. The more technical you are, the smoother you are, the faster you become. So, and the safer you are, less injuries, less crashes, less time off the bike, continue to build confidence and not lose confidence. Every time you get hurt, it's a setback, and then it kills the confidence, and then you got to make a comeback from that. So we're trying to eliminate making mistakes as we become smarter riders and better riders, so we can continue to build confidence and move forward. So get signed up for the June class if you're thinking about it. Only a few spots left. And then other than that, we had a whole ton going on with that. And then back on the ministry side, jump back over that. A lot of people follow us on both pages, so I kind of jumping back and forth a little bit. We got the church merch coming out, and Mel was hyped and made an announcement that we're going to drop it tomorrow night. So we are still working on the website, and we're probably going to be working from the time I stop this live chat tonight all the way until tomorrow night's launch, because there's still a lot that needs to be done. But be on the lookout for that. If you want to check us out, it's ronnieandmel.com. If you want to look us up on all the other platforms, it's just Ronnie and Mel. And we talk about our faith, the Bible, and why we believe what we believe. And our little slogan is, we want to help you guys find God and walk with Him in your daily life. So come check us out and be on the lookout for the church merch dropping tomorrow night. Hopefully, if we're late, we apologize, but she's like, we're going to do it. So hopefully it works out. But anyway, I'm going to start checking out all the chats here. Man, there's so many over here. I don't want to miss questions, but the way I like to do it is when we do these, just throw a little question mark up after your question, just so I can pick them easier out of the of all the comments, because there's a lot of comments popping up, and I try not to miss questions. I want to make sure I give everybody the chance to get their question answered. But I see Eric Davis in here. What up, big bro? Jeremy, V-Dub, what's up, V-Dub? V-Dub's always on Deacon Sync. So a lot of you guys go back and forth too. So that's one reason we start this here at 7 p.m. my time, and it finishes, and right when I finish, Deacon comes on in California and does his live. So I know a lot of you guys are gonna jump right over there and check out Deacon when you guys are finished here. So be sure, if you weren't planning on it, hang out and go say what up to Deacon over on his channel. He talks about a lot of cool stuff. Last week he had his wife on. They were just giving some good advice on having to raise kids and that are busy with dreams and goals and all that stuff. So I watched it. I thought it was cool. It's cool to hear that stuff. Me and Mel don't have kids yet, but hey, I want some advice on the kid stuff, you know? So it's cool. So anyway, we got Big Fights in here, B Studios. So I'm just looking for some questions real quick. Scotty. Let's see. What do we got? Where's Brian again? So Brian, hope your thumb is feeling better. I know he was out at the track yesterday with a jacked up thumb. I'm assuming that was a moto injury. And so yeah, hope you get healed up and be back out there ripping. All right, so here we do. All right, where's the questions at, dude? Everybody's in here just chilling. What do you got? All right, I didn't see any. I've scrolled through. What's your jacket say? All right, so it says Sovereign. So this is actually one of me and Mel's pieces that'll be coming out hopefully tomorrow night, like I said, and it's Sovereign. It's it's the merch. It's part of our little collection, and Sovereign means supreme, and there is only one who's supreme, and that is God. He's sovereign over all things, and He's supreme over all things. So we did like the little knock. It's a knock. If anybody knows the streetwear brand Supreme, there you go. So we're just, whatever, it is what it is. We took the Supreme thing and we're rolling with it. So it's one of our pieces. Like I said, hopefully it'll be available tomorrow night. But things are coming. We got and also the RFMX merch is available too. It's at ronniefeistmx.com, and we got t-shirts, tanks, sweatshirts, and our hats are coming. We're still waiting on them, but there's some stuff there. So if you guys are down, go check it out. Grab some Feist merch, man. We got a couple little collections. We got the Just Pin It collection. We got the Living the Moto Life, and then we got the Feist 26. So I'm looking forward to the hats. The 26 hats are sick. So, and I know I shared the story last week a couple times on the story behind the 26. So I think it's a cool story. And if you haven't heard it, check out last week's and the week before. I talked about it 2 weeks in a row, so you can hear the story behind the 26. But Price 26 collection is doing good too. All right, so MX classes. So this is, oh wait, let me get up here. So we want to make sure I get your guys' questions up on the screen. I totally forgot. How come it's not working? Oh, it is, but it's real small. Let me blow it up. Move it down here. Here we go. All right, so here we go. This is Jay Brown. MX classes or FMX classes. These are moto classes. I want to teach people how to ride. The way I look at it, like if you're gonna, like, I get it. Some people grow up as freestyle riders, but I believe the better you are at riding a bike, the better you would be at a freestyle rider. So you should learn how to ride the bike first and then move into learning tricks rather than just trying to learn tricks with really bad, poor bike skills. So I'm teaching the foundations of riding. I want to help people build a solid foundation of riding. If you got solid foundation, you got good basics, sky's the limit. You can always grow, you can always progress, you can always get faster, smoother, better, and you can always, if you wanted to get into freestyle, you got good bike skills, you know how to ride a dirt bike, and then you can go and learn how to throw the bike, learn how to let go of it, you know? So the better rider you are, I would think the better freestyle rider you would be, but these classes are moto classes. I want to teach the basic foundations, riding position, throttle, clutch control, braking. They're moto classes. I grew up as a motor racer. I raced for, since I was 8 till I was 21-ish. And then I did freestyle for 20 years. And then the last part of my freestyle career, I did speed and style. And speed and style was half race, half moto. And it's actually where I won all my medals. I did the best when they combined the two things. So it's like I was able to take my whole childhood racing career and my freestyle career and merge it together into one event. And did really well at that. So I'm going to be teaching, these classes will be moto, but I am open to freestyle stuff, maybe if I have access to a freestyle ramp down the road. But right now, all these classes are going to be moto classes, riding technique classes. So that's at all levels, man. We got some guys signed up. Majority of the class this weekend is guys, I got a 125, an 85, I got one guy on a 450. I believe the one guy is on a 150, and then the other guy I think is on a 50. So it's a range of riders on different levels and different size bikes. So it doesn't matter. Everyone can learn. It doesn't matter if you're a brand new guy or if you're in the middle or you're advanced. Everyone can learn. The best guys in the world have coaches. So if you're interested in getting better, get with a coach. Whether it's me or someone else in your area, wherever you live, find a coach. If you want to get better at you, find someone to help you. That's how you progress. It's like you can go so far on your own, but when you get people around you, build a team. What do the best guys in the world do when they get up on the podium? They thank the team. Why? Because they didn't get there on their own. They got a suspension guy, a moto guy, a team manager. They got a trainer. They got a nutritionist. They have all these people working together for them to get to the best that they could be, that they can win those motos. It's a team effort. So build a team. Get people around you that can help you move forward in the direction you want to go. And getting coaching is one of the best things you can do for your riding. So look somebody up in your area if you're too far from where I'm at. I know there's coaches all around here, or all around the U.S. All right, so yes, the church merch. Yeah, it's coming. It's coming. I know we've been talking about it for a little while, but it's coming. So I'm going to try to get this off the screen real quick. All right, cool. So anyway, do we ship to Bali? So let me pop that up. And wait, did I come up? Okay, so do we ship to Bali? We do worldwide shipping. So I'm assuming Bali's on there because that's part of our deal. We do worldwide shipping. So I know I seen Mel maybe asking you or answering that in the comments, but I believe so. And I'm assuming you might be asking about the church merch, maybe the moto merch, but either way, that's my boy. Hey, hold up. This my boy. I believe this dude's like a pro skater right here, dude. Yeah, the guy is acting as color. I believe so. So shout out. Follow this dude on Instagram. I just recognize the name now. So he's from Bali. I believe he's a pro skater, and he is a Christian because we talked a bunch in text. So yeah, dude, I think we can hook you up. I'm not 100% sure, but I believe so. Hopefully we can get it to you. All right, so are you gonna do, so this is Joe, and I kind of just touched on this real quick, but I want to throw it out there. So Joe's asking, am I gonna do FMX classes? Right now I'm just gonna do the moto classes, and maybe in the future, I'm open to it. I love freestyle. I mean, like that was how I made a living. It was one of the funnest things ever to learn tricks on dirt bikes. It's so fun. So I'm open to it. I would love to teach people that want to learn. It's just a matter of me having access to a facility to teach. And right now here in the Midwest, I don't really have somewhere I can teach freestyle. So just going to do the moto. Like I said before, I think it's wise to build a real good foundation before you just start trying to throw the bike around and jump off of it. But I'm open to it. I would love to teach freestyle. So this is Jay Brown. Oh wait, did I already answer? I feel like I answered this one, didn't I? Yeah, I got that one. Sorry, I skipped it. I don't know how I got back to your question again. Or maybe someone answered the same question. They're moto classes, but I don't know. I feel like I'm seeing the same stuff. All right, so let me look up another one. All right, so let me just pop this up. So this is Dustin here, and I'm gonna read it here. I just saw the question mark. So it says, whoops tips, here we go. Never hit a setup until yesterday. Oh, nice. What are your tips? All right, so he was out at Midwest Extreme yesterday, so I'm assuming you were hitting the stadium section out on the arena cross track in the back, because it's a pretty actually that's a really good set to learn in, because I'm assuming there's not really a whoop section out on the track, so I'm assuming you're talking about the stadium whoops. All right, so a tip. So on the whoops, get on the balls of your feet, legs in, grip, get a good grip in the whoops. Like grip down, start low. Don't just pinch at the knees that your ankles become low. Pinch starting low. Start pinching at your ankles through your lower legs. That will naturally bring your knees in. So you should have a strong grip from your ankles all the way up to your knees. And you want a good grip in the whoops. You want to try to keep that bike straight. But then you want to stretch out, attack position, arms up, head forward, butt back. You want to head forward, grab your butt back, and you want to be on the balls of your feet. And the trick to the stadium whoops is getting on top of them. And it's all on entry. And that's the thing. It's like you need to commit to the whoops. It's almost like doing a flip. It's like the scariest part of the flip is committing to it. Same thing with the whoops. Scariest part of getting on top is committing, because it's all on entry. So you got to come through and be aggressive enough to get on top. And once you get on top, you don't want to skip, because once you skip, the front end dives down into one and then it throws you off balance. You want your front end to touch you want front tire, touch every whoop, and that's what creates that pop, 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 pop. And you really can almost stay pretty neutral. You're gonna have a little bit of movement. Like obviously your arms are gonna move. I'm talking about like your body. You're not gonna be stretching out and pulling way forward. You're gonna have just this natural movement of letting the bike work under you, and you're gonna be pretty neutral on the bike. So just get in that standard attack position, balls of the feet, head forward, arms up, butt back, come in through the glass and be aggressive enough to commit to trying to get on top. And once you get on top, some whoops you can just stay on it, other ones you can play with it. It all depends. And it all depends how confident you are. If you're real confident, you can just stay on the gas and just pop, 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 and not even let off. And the other ones you can get up and you can be controlled to where you can almost touch it if you want. You can go ha, 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 ha. I've tried both out there. Those ones are good, because if you skip, you're not going to flip over the bars. They're small enough to the front end dives. You can pull out of it. So they're a good one to start on. So just since if you can't get on top of them right off the bat, try to find the edge and just come in and try to get on the first three and then pull out. If you're scared to go through the whole section, just try to get up on, do 3 of them and then pull off to the edge. So ride the edge so you can just dive out and then come on to and then just try to get through half the pack, then try to get through the whole pack. Some people are intimidated when they have a whole grip load and whoops in front of them. You don't ride the edge. You don't have to necessarily attack the whole pack right off the bat. Work into it. Build a little confidence. Get on the first 3, 4, pull out, and then just work your way up. It's all repetition. The only way to get good in the whoops is to ride the whoops. You're not going to get good in the whoops by skipping them. I always see people skipping whoops. How are you ever going to learn whoop skipping them? You can't. Like when I race speed and style, I made it a purpose to go out and practice the whoops over and over, and would spend an hour just in the whoops. Some days I wouldn't even ride laps. I'd just go out and ride whoops my whole session was whoops. Because I knew the only place to pass was going to be the whoops. So I knew if I could get good in the whoops, I'm going to make some passes. And it is one of the best places to pass. So you should look at it like, make it one of your commitments to get good in the whoops, because a lot of people are going to skip them during the week because they don't want to deal with them. Like once you're confident in them, you're going to look at the whoops and be pumped they're there. You'll look at whoops and be like, yes. Go, yes, there's a good set of whoops here, and you're hoping everyone else is intimidated and you're pumped to go out there and rip them. But it's all practice. Bike time, seat time, the more you ride them, the more you figure out, what's happening, and get someone to film you. Get one of your friends to film you from the side, from the front, from the back, and watch what your bike's doing, watch what you're doing, where's your body position. And if you're gonna ride stadium whoops, it's always better to have stiff suspension. Stiffer suspension works way better on supercross whoops and arena cross whoops. So if your bike's super soft, it'll make them harder for you. You'll struggle more in those whoops with soft forks and a soft bike. So you can always, it's best to have a different setup for supercross, but you can always turn the compression in. All right, get me all excited talking about dirt bikes. I spent a lot of time on that question, but I love it, dude. All right, so here we go. I'm pulling Randy up here. Let's get Randy up here. I'm seeing some questions, some question marks. Do you have any tips to relieve stiff and sore hands been working a lot lately, and I want to go riding this weekend, but my hands hurt so bad. Don't think I'll be able to. So riding and swimming, man. You know what, dude? I wish I did, but honestly, like, I don't, man. I've been sore all day. I rode yesterday and I woke up sore, and I was like, man, I normally don't, I used to don't get sore, but now I don't ride enough to where I ride one day, I'm sore. So, man, I mean, I'm not a big fan of ibuprofen, but it's like sometimes you have to do it. A lot of guys are taking the CBD stuff because it's supposed to be a better option than taking. It's a natural way to cure your body, but I don't know if I'm 100% sold on it, if it how good it really is. I don't know. I don't recommend any type of pain pills. I'm over those things. Those things are dangerous. Stay away from those things. But it's one of those things. I guess if your hand, I don't really know, dude. To be honest with you, I wish I had a good answer for you. But it's like when I'm sore, I just kind of I'm like, I'm sore, and it is what it is. I know it sucks. I jacked my foot up last week trying to walk into the house, and I was sore for like 3 days. I wanted to ride, same thing. I couldn't even put a shoe on. I was all jacked up, limping around the house. But just had to wait it out, let it heal, and then boom, back to normal. But yeah, it stinks when you're hurt. All right, so I'll make sure I'm skipping anybody. Saran, Big Feist. I think I might have skipped. Is the auto jacked up again? Someone's saying, did you get the audio fixed? Is it better? All right, so we got Eric Davis here. I'm seeing this. Hopefully the audio is better. It was jacked up last week, and we don't even know why. We just hooked it back up today, and we're trying it, so hopefully it's better. So we got Eric Davis here. Who do you have winning the 450s? I hope Roxon wins. Webb would be cool if he went back to back. I'm going for Roxton just because I love the story behind him right now, because it's really hard to go through what he's gone through and even to come back to race, and to come back and win a championship's even harder, and to see him do that would be awesome. So I'm pulling for him because he's it was almost like you thought, like, is he ever going to make it back? Because you could tell that first, like last year, you could tell the head game was still messing with him. He wasn't who he was, and it took that first win and get that confidence back. But once that happened, and he knew he could be back up there, it's like the game changed. So, and he's just a smooth, like, dude, the guy's smooth. Like, of all the guys I like to study, I like watching him because he's like that smooth, calculated rider, like the effortless. He's got the perfect body position. He's always on the balls of his feet. He's super smooth. He rides the ruts so good. I just like watching him ride. So I'm going with Ken. Hope he wins it. But it's tough, man. The competition's crazy out there, dude. Tomac's so good, and Webb, so it's going to be tough. All right, so here's Brian. He's asking a mechanical tip, and as soon as I saw that, so how many hours should I check my valves on a new bike? Dude, that is a great question, and I honestly don't know the answer, but I could find out really quick. So my buddy Tony, who was my mechanic my whole career, knows exactly the answer to that question, and I can text him and find out, and I'll see you next week out at. I'm sure you probably ride next week again. I'll tell you. So I'm gonna hit him up for you and find out what that answer is, because I don't really know. I always had my mechanics doing my stuff, and now I don't ride a whole ton. Like I got a 2018 here. Wait, what year is that bike? It's the 18, and it's 2020, and there's only 30 hours on that thing. So I don't put a lot of hours on my bikes these days. So I definitely don't think at 30 hours that you would need to do that. I'm guessing it has to be closer to, I don't even want to say 60 because I could be way off, but I wouldn't think 30, no way. That's not a lot of hours. But I'll find that out for you, and I'll see you at the track and let you know. Tony Jetski, if you want to look him up, dude, he's my boy. I think he just changed his Instagram to, and I don't have my phone out here. I think it's Elite Factory MX, I think, is his new Instagram name. But he was my mechanic for years, and the dude's, my bikes were like factory bikes. He like hooked them up. So you could always and he still works. That's what he does. He still works on bikes. You could always DM him. He's super cool. His name's Tony Jetski. Again, I want to see if I skipped anybody. Hopefully not. Fifth gear pinned. That's what I'm talking about. Power band on the lip. I was just reading some of you guys' comments. What is your, all right, here's a question. Well, let me hear. There's another question. Didn't have question marks, but this is a question. What size bike you recommend if you're 5'9" and 125 pounds? So 5'9" and 125 pounds. So you probably could ride a 150. I mean, you could go if you wanted to go 2-stroke. You could probably definitely at that size ride a 125 2-stroke. You could probably ride a 150 4-stroke. You probably could ride a 250 4-stroke if you wanted. I mean, you probably could even go 250 2-stroke. You could go, any of those bikes would work. It depends kind of like what you like. You know, what's your riding level? Where you at? What are you looking to do? Are you looking to ride moto? Are you looking to ride freestyle? Looking to ride in the hills? Out in the desert, just goofing around. I think if you want to comment in there, if I knew if you wanted a 2-stroke versus a 4-stroke, I'd give you a probably better answer. But maybe if I was, let's say 125 pounds at 5'9", I think if you wanted to go for a 2-stroke, I would go with a 125 2-stroke at that size. And if you want to go for a 4-stroke, it's like I would go with the 250F. But if that seems a little like you're like, I don't know if I'm ready for that, then go with a 150 and then be super safe. But I think if you're already an advanced rider, a decent rider, 150 you might get bored with. That's why I go with a 250 on a 4-stroke. So Amy, what's my favorite moto right here? What's my favorite moto quote? Just pin it. Come on, you seen the merch? No, the reason why I got that shirt, because every time I ride with my friends, all through my career, it was like I've heard that over and over, especially Twitch. You'd be like, yo, if we're out riding, someone jumps a new jump for the first time, or a new ramp, or there's just a new hit, and someone has to jump it first. And if it wasn't me, I'd be like, yo, how fast did you hit it? Twitch would always be like, yo, just pin it. Just pin it. So, you know, like, those are funny things. I'm like, I'm doing a shirt, just pin it. That was advice from all my friends. So that's my favorite quote, just pin it. Even though I don't teach that at my schools. I teach technique. But when all else fails, just pin it. Because that is true. If you get sideways in the whoops and you think you're going down, just get on it. And hopefully you don't. It works sometimes. All right. So, our question here. This is Kevin. All right, so we got Kevin here. Question. I'm from South Jersey. All right, local boy. That's where I'm from. I ride in the sand as well as at... All right, so Field of Dreams of Millville. I drive past that track all the time when me and my dad go deer hunting. It actually looks really cool. Never rode there, but I want to. I actually want to come back and do a South Jersey trip and just go ride with all my friends that I grew up with and all those sand pits that I grew up riding in, because they look super fun. I still see people posting in those pits. So anyway, what rear tire do you recommend for a couple different types of riding? I use Dunlop MX-33. Man, dude, you would think I would have a better idea of what tires to use. But let me just look, because let me look what's on my tire, because I run the intermediate deal. MX-52. So that's what I've been running. I run an MX-52. MX-52, I think it's an intermediate, and I just use that because it works kind of everywhere. So that's where I'm at. I don't know all the numbers of the tires off the top of my head, but in Jersey, obviously it's soft. It's pretty sandy in some of those pits. You probably could get away with a soft tire if you wanted to, but those ones are good, like right in the middle. They work everywhere. They work on the hard pack, and they still work in the soft stuff. So I like to run something that kind of suits whatever track I go to. You know, if you're at one track, it's a little bit harder, it still works good there. You go to another one, it's a little softer, it still works good there. And you don't have to mess around changing tires all the time. So I'd recommend that, but I don't know what a good sand tire is. I don't know the numbers off the top of my head. Probably can Google it though. You probably can go to Dunlop's website and Google what their sand tires are, and stuff will pop up. All right, so let's see. All right, so Sam's saying he's 5'7" and too small for a 250. He's 130 pounds. So, all right, so there's a good little insight. He's saying he feels too small for a 250. So maybe go with the 120 or 150 then. I just seen little dudes rip on bikes. So I don't want to talk somebody out of being on a decent bike just because they might be a little shorter and lighter. I think that's why your riding depends, because look at, you ever seen Danger Boy get on his dad's 450? Dude could still ride a 450 and he's a little peanut, but he's a good rider. So, but still, thanks for the little insight. It's good to have people, because I'm trying to picture what a 5'9", 125-pound dude looks like. First person I thought of was Deegan, because I think he's like 5'10", but he's pretty stocky. All right, here we go. We got Tommy. I say, here's Tommy. Are you setting the goals or leaving it up to the rider? So am I setting the goals or leaving it up to the rider? I don't 100% know what I don't know what you mean by that question. Am I setting the goals or leaving it up to the rider? Am I setting like the goals for the students? Is that, I'm not 100% sure what that means, but I'll just kind of give you an overall opinion on goals. I think we all should have goals regardless. Like all of us, riding goals, life goals, financial goals, ministry goals, spiritual goals, whatever. I have goals in every area of your life. Don't just have goals for one thing, have goals for everything. So I would encourage all my students to have goals. I think I have goals for the day, and as far as what I want to do through the class, like I know exactly what we're going to work on. So these are, my goal is to, you know, help coach in all these different areas. So I think I have those type of goals for the day, but I'm not 100% sure if I...
Well, just mention to him that
Mel's coming
you
out.
ask each rider in an email what their specific goals are.
Yeah, so Mel's always good at trying to help me understand questions. So she's coming out. But I do. So if you sign up for a school, you'll get, we send out a little, like, thank you for signing up. And then it gives you an opportunity. We ask some questions because we want to know what size bike you're on, how long you've been riding, what age you are, and then what your goals are. So we do ask them what their goals are. So we do. I'm glad she came out here and told me that, because that way I know exactly why they're here. Like, what are they here for? Are they looking to get better at the jumps? Are they looking to get better at overall technique? Is it just, and then one of the guys signed up, he's like, I'm a woods rider, but I want to learn how to ride moto. So he's just coming to learn how to ride the motor track. So when I had that understanding as a coach, now I know, okay, like this kid is looking for this. So I'm going to still give him all the things that I want to do for the day, but I'm going to focus a little bit more on some of the things that he wants, because I want him to feel that he got what he signed up for. So that's probably how you were asking that question. So I hope I answered that right for you. But and let's keep it going. So thanks for answering that, Tom. Good question. Let's see. Yeah, so here's a good one. Tomcat here. Did you ever race High Point in Pittsburgh? Yes, I did. I raced there. I raced there as an amateur, but I even went to the national there. I think I was there in '97 maybe in the national. But we raced there. They had races there. I'm trying to think if they had one of my qualifiers there for Loretta's. Nah, maybe not. But I raced there, yes. I've definitely been to High Point in Pennsylvania, and it's a really, really fun track. I think they had it was part of a series I did when I was an amateur that we had to go there for. But I basically raced all of District 6, a little bit of District 7, Maryland, like Budds Creek and stuff. But we raced, there's only a couple tracks in Jersey, but we raced mostly Pennsylvania, because that's where most of the tracks were for us. Boom, we got B-Dub dropping the super chat. Hi, Ronnie Mel. Doing to help with all the work you do. So thank you, B-Dub, for the donation, for everything me and Mel got going on. We do have a lot going on, so we appreciate that. Much love, brother. All right, let's see. I was just looking at my boy from Bali again. All right, so we got Tommy Shea. Oh, he's hooking up. That's cool. He hooked up our boy. So I'm trying to get it out there. So he basically, Killer Hammers from Bali was trying to do a cool little super chat, or yeah, like a super chat, and he wasn't able to do it, so Tommy did it for him. So that's pretty cool. So shout out to Tommy and Killer Hammers for the love. That's really cool. All right, here we go. I'm gonna throw this one up. So this is from Nicholas. Let's see. What do all the dirt bike sounds you make me? I was like, what are all the dirt bike sounds that I make me? The Moto Talk. That's Moto Talk right there. That's like OG Moto Talk. If you've been around the moto people long enough, you'll know when they go, you know what that means. That means you're going to come at the ramp or the jump, and you're going to check up twice. You're going to up, and then you're going to blip it, pop, pop, and then you're going to power through the ramp. So that's what that means. If someone says, yeah, come up and go, up, then you know, like, okay, I know I'm going to, it's not a, that's all in. You're not letting no checkup. If you, that means we're jumping it wide open. Just pin it like Twitch said, you know? You don't have the checkup. So that's where you can understand when people say, or, there's a all in and a checkup. So there's just two examples. But it's funny that moto dudes know that. And everybody, it's funny, you can hang out with these dudes and they like sit there and give you all this funny talk, but everybody gets it. You need to go watch I think it's on Dave Dawes' YouTube channel. Dave Dawes was like a filmer from, like a lot of it. He made my video, did the Twitch Scummy video. I even think he did Deacon's video. Deacon says, I think Dave made that video. He used to live with me, but he has a cool video on his YouTube page. I think it's just Dave Dawes. But it's me and Twitch talking like the first day that I built my course in California at my house. And we were talking in moto, just, and we were explaining how to hit every jump in that exact language. Oh yeah, and it's hilarious. Like I watched it one day, I was dying. Super funny. But hey, go check it out. It's a funny video. All right, so let's see what we got. All right, well, I've seen a couple people at first live. So thank you for being here. It's cool. A couple people here for the first time. Trying to find another. There's a big Feist there. All right, here's one here. Let's see. I'm get this up on the screen. We got Jeremy. I see you at the track all the time. Would you be willing to help me set up my suspension and give me some tips on how to adjust the clicks? Yes, 100%. If you see me at the track, come up, find me, and I'll totally give you just an overview on how, if you don't already know, some guys do know, but if you don't know, just quick overview on the compression, the rebound, set and the sag. We'll talk about all that stuff, talk about what that does, and then put you on a basic setup, send you out on track, let you ride it and come back in, and then we'll switch it around. The way you get your suspension dialed is you gotta try things. I like to start in the middle, go out and ride, and then come back, then put it all the way stiff, go out and ride, come back, put it all the way soft, come back, and then put it back in the middle, and then you get an idea of where you wanna be. Because you know what the bike felt like in the middle, you know what it felt like all the way stiff, and you know what it felt like all the way soft. Then you can kind of go, okay, well, you know, it was too soft there, but the middle felt all right, but it wasn't, actually liked it a little bit stiffer. I like stiffer setup, so I'm always starting in the middle, and I usually end up moving towards stiffer. That's just personal preference. Some suspension, you just leave them in the middle. It all depends. Your bike stock, a lot of times, and it depends what level of rider you are. The faster you ride, the stiffer setup you're always going to want, because you're going faster, you're hitting the bumps faster, the jumps harder, so and you're going farther. So you're always going to want a stiffer bike as you progress. But if you have a stock bike, your suspension is going to be normally on the softer side because it's stock. But if you get it revalved, then you're going to have a pretty decent setup. And a lot of times the middle is a great place to be on a bike that's been revalved. But testing's key. You got to go test. You got to try things, you know. Make sure you just set your sag. It's like step one. Get your sag set. And then from there, start trying different settings and seeing what you like. It's all rider preference, but the better you get at it, at understanding what things do and what you like on the bike and how you can give that feedback either to yourself if you're the guy setting it up, or to who's helping you, whether it's your mechanic, your dad, your coach, whoever's helping you. You can give feedback. That helps a ton. When you know what the bike's doing and you're able to explain that to somebody, then they're able to help make the adjustments to help get the bike working, because you want the bike to work the best it can. Just think about it. Like, if the bike's all over the place, it's way harder to ride, way harder to be in control when the bike's hard to ride. Like, so you want to get the bike set up decent enough that you're not fighting the bike out there. And you're just losing seconds just because your bike's not working well for you. Or you're getting tired because your bike's so stiff or rigid and, you know, pumping up in a half a lap because your bike doesn't, you know, just beating you up out there. It doesn't suck nothing up. So definitely want to do some testing and get your bike working good. But I'll help you for sure. Come say what up. I was out at Midwest Extreme yesterday. It was pretty fun. And I think they're open again this weekend. Or actually, I got a motor school, so I won't be there. Unless they're open Sunday. Saturday, I'll be teaching. All right, let's see. Did I miss any, man? Here we go. We got, how did you end up on a Husky? Do they sponsor you? Okay, so yeah, I rode Honda my whole career, switched to Cowie right at the end. Last couple of years at Speed and Style, I was on a Kawasaki. I just decided to switch Cowie because I just wanted to change. I rode Honda since I was 8 years old. Whole career Honda guy. Went to Cowie and I liked my Cowie. And this, yeah, so I did get a deal. I don't get free bikes, but I do get a really good deal and I get a little parts credit. And they're just awesome people. Everyone at Husky is really, really cool. That's one thing that I like. I like to work with people and support people that are just good people. And I like being around them. And but it became, I had a Rockstar sponsor for 12, 13, 14 years plus. It was my title sponsor. Well, obviously Rockstar and Husky had the team together. So I hit up my Rockstar team manager and said, hey, like, you think I can get hooked up with a Husky and try one of those? I think you can give me a deal. So they made a couple phone calls, hooked me up with the team manager at Husky, or the VP girl over there, and worked out a good deal. So that's how I jumped on them. But when I got on them, I liked them. So it wasn't just about getting a better deal. I actually liked the bike. The bikes they have the best brakes. I don't know if you never rode a Husky, wait till you get on a Husky and hit these brakes. These are Brembos on this thing. This thing stops so quick. I was tripping the first day I rode it because I was coming off of Cowie. And I remember the first day I went in to go into the corner and I hit brakes the same spot I would normally brake for the corner. I was slowed down like 5 feet sooner than I was on my Cowie. And I was like, whoa, I got a whole nother bike lane. So I was able to ride into the corners so much harder on this bike that I could on my Cowie just because the brakes are that much better. So I like my Huskies. They feel really light. They feel slim. They're easy to ride. They corner good. So I'm feeling them. But yeah, I got a small little deal, and like I said, just really good people. They're really cool. I go out to when I'm out in Cali, they even give me a bike to ride. So I appreciate that. Like, you know, it's pretty cool to be able to go out to California and then be able to grab a brand new Husky and go out to the track and moto. So they're really cool like that. So big shout out to Husqvarna for showing me the love the last couple of years and taking care of me, dude. I appreciate it. But hey, free bikes will be nice someday. Working towards it, right? But it's really hard. Like, you're a freestyle guy, it's really hard to get bikes. I don't know many guys who get free bikes in freestyle. There's a few guys, but a lot of them weren't like from the factories. They were like either through a shop or other ways. I got free bikes one year, but it came through DVS. So I got Hondas one year, but it was through my shoe company. They somehow got the bikes from Honda and they gave them to us. So I've never got free bikes from anybody. I think Twitch has worked out a couple deals here and there, but there's very few guys. Most freestyle guys buy the bike. So a lot of people think like, oh yeah, you're making a living riding your dirt bike, and they think like you just get everything for free. Like, not really. Like some things, getting a lot of stuff for free, which we're super pumped on. But dude, I bought pretty much all my bikes except for those. I got like 2 or 3 that year from DVS. Other than that, 35 years of riding about all my bikes, minus all the ones my dad bought me when I was a kid. But it's all good, dude. You know, if it's what you love, you'll work hard and save your money and go buy your bikes. It's all good. And the way I like to do it is I like to buy 2 bikes, and in freestyle, you can keep a bike for 2 years and it's not going to get beat in 2 years. I mean, even if you just well maintain it, even riding, you're not going to kill it. Like, you're only going to kill your bike if you ride it every day out in the sand, mud, and you just don't ever work on things and you fall apart. But I'll ride a bike 2 years, sell one, make that one my spare bike, and then ride my new one. I'll ride my new one for 2 years, and then when that 2 years is up, I'll sell. So that's what I just did. I just sold my 16. This is my 18. So now I'll go buy a 2020, ride my 2020. This will become my spare bike. 2022, I'll sell to 18, buy 2022, ride that. 2022, 2 years later, I'll sell the 2020, and I just been doing this, and it's been the same money. Obviously, you lose a little bit, come out of pocket a little bit, but that's the program I run. Every 2 years, get a new bike, sell the spare, roll the money into the next one. So it's all good. It's an investment, right? You got to invest in yourself if you want to make it. All right, so Big Feist. Oh wait, here's Big Feist. We gotta get Big Feist up here. Let's get Big Feist up here. Here's my pops. Everybody, let's just say, who was you? He can't even spell. Who was you best mechanic when you were on a Mini? Not you, no. Big Feist worked on all my stuff. Big Feist has been there since he got me started. Bought my first bike when I was 8 years old. Learned how to ride in the backyard on an XR80, and my dad took me racing every single weekend. From the time I started racing when I was 9. From the time I was 9 all the way until I moved to California, I raced every weekend. The only time we didn't race if I was hurt, or pretty much that was it. If I was hurt, we didn't race. If I wasn't hurt, we raced. And Big Feist was supporting me all through my Mini career, up until probably the point that he was like, you ain't gonna make a living doing this. So I was racing and I was privateer and I was struggling. I started racing nationals, and he was like, hey, he's like, you don't look like you're doing good. You might want to go to college. My dad was a police officer, lieutenant for 38 years, 39 years. On a force for a long time, and he wanted me to be a cop. So he was like, hey, go to college and be a police officer. So I actually did. So a lot of people don't know that, but I went to college, took forensic science, took law enforcement classes right before I took off to California. And anyway, but cool story. So Big Feist, we'll give you a shout out. Definitely a good mechanic. Definitely did. I won't be where I'm at without my dad, you know, and that's how most moto guys are. Most moto people are not where they're at without their parents, you know, one or two or both. You know, you can't get there on your own. Some parent has to make sacrifices, buy you bikes, buy you gear, take you to races, spend all their money, and for your dream. And my dad was cool enough to do that for me when I was a kid, and it paid off. So big shout out to Big Feist for all the love. And I'll tell a funny story about him, because he's claiming he was such a big mechanic. When we were getting ready to go to Loretta's one year, and I got this mod bike, and he brought it home. I had this one dude that used to work on my bikes a little bit when we first got it, and then Big Feist fine-tuned it. But we brought it back, and the thing wasn't jetted right. I think it kept going and it had like this bog, and my dad was trying to jet it to get the bog out. So he went out in the front yard. He thought he had to jet it right, and it bogged on him. So it's like a 1991 CR80. My dad's, you know, big dude. It goes, it bogged on him, and then he probably just sat up for a second thinking, oh man, this thing's not gonna run. And then it kicked in, and dude, he looped out so bad, feet went up, fell off the back, bent the subframe. My back fender was like stuck up like this. I was so bummed. I'm like, dude, what are you doing? My brand new bike, like, just gooned it and broke off the fender, dude. So, or didn't break it off, but bent the subframe, but it was pretty funny. I always crack on him for that one. So be careful, dads, when you get on the mini bike. These guys ain't got no skills. Stick to the wrenches, to the T-handles. All right, so let's see. Did I skip anybody? I said, here, hold on, here we go. I'm gonna get Billy B up here. So we got Billy B. Hey, Ronnie says, how do you guys learn to judge distance for big gaps and not come up short? So that's only through riding that you learn timing. Like, it's something that you learn through the months, the years of being on a bike. You start with a small jump and you jump it, and there's mistakes in between. Don't get me wrong. You'll go for the one double and come up short, or over jump it, you know, and then you learn, like, whoa, that was way too fast, or that wasn't enough. So you learn by, you know, making mistakes and kind of failing your way forward. You know, unfortunately, sometimes those mistakes cost you and you get hurt. And then you have to take your time off and come back and then build that confidence up. That's what stinks about getting hurt, because the confidence gets crushed and then you have to come back. But only way to build up confidence at jumping gaps and knowing how to time them is to jump gaps. And so, but just be smart. Like, If you're a beginner rider or early intermediate, don't go for the big double that's sketched out. Learn how to jump and time all the tabletops. Look for all the safe jumps to practice on and get really good at just hitting those perfect, hitting them perfect, hitting them perfect. And then if you're gonna start going to the doubles, try to find a safe double that's not crazy peak, that's a little bit forgiving. So if you do come up short, you can bounce off of it and it's not gonna just send you over the bars. Sometimes some of the younger guys or people just want to go for the gnarliest jump out there and they're not necessarily ready for that yet. Start small, work your way up. Don't take yourself out too quick along the way and lose all your confidence. You want to build confidence, don't kill it. But it's only by doing it. You only can really gain that confidence by being out there, being on your bike and jumping gaps. And you're going to go long on some, you're probably going to come short on some, but through that process, you'll start to figure out what's too much and what's not enough. And a lot of times if you can see the lane, dude, you'll get to the point where you can look at it, and if you can see it, you'll know how fast to go just because you can see it. You'll spend enough time on your bike that you know the speed that it feels to get from point A to point B just because you can see it. But that takes time. So that's why it's like anytime I can see where I need to go, I'm like, oh, cool, I can see that. Okay, perfect. But when it's blind, then you're like, okay, we're all right, this is a different ball game now. Where's the land? And then is really when it comes down to good timing because you can't see where you're going. So, but anyway, you'll learn that by just spending time on the bike and jumping things. Keep jumping, and you'll get better at it. All right, so let's see. Let me pull Billy B down here. Let's see. All right, so we're gonna pull up. We got Clay. What do you? I don't know what happened there. What do you think of Axel's BMX style on a dirt bike? Is that going to be the new thing? I think Axel is one of the sickest dudes on a dirt bike, period. I think dude, the guy's sick. He's one of my favorite riders to watch. I think, he's more of a free rider. He does do freestyle tricks and he's learning them, but I wouldn't call him just a freestyle guy because he's not just a trick guy. Like, Axel's a good rider. That dude is sick. He has so much bike talent. It's crazy. Like, he's just the overall, like, rider, but he's learning freestyle tricks. Like, he can almost do everything. He's doing, like, not like every trick, but I'm saying, like, he's doing big jumps, he's doing big whips, he's doing big turn down, he's doing flips, he's doing some freestyle tricks. So he's got a good variety. I think, I think that guy's one of the sickest dudes out there. I mean, like, he's just fun to watch, right? Like, he can just jump the jump. He don't need to do a trick. Just let him hit the jump, and he looks cool. So I love watching him ride, and he just built a huge. I'm sure all you guys seen it in his post. He's got like this huge setup out at his I think it's in Escondido, wherever he lives. It's kind of somewhere where he lives. Carlsbad, Encinitas, or wherever he lives, it's in that area somewhere, but it's sick. It's a huge, like, free ride, freestyle park, whatever you want to call it. I mean, I give him much respect. He's one of the baddest dudes out there. And I think even this year, I think freestyle, because X Game has gotten canceled, I believe they're going to do something, or that's at least what I heard. This is probably first time leaking it out, but they're planning on trying to do something possibly at his house and maybe some of the other guys' houses that have courses, where it'll be kind of like real moto, where you've seen the people film segments and then send them in. So I think they might try to do something like that, since X Games can't be in Minneapolis this year, to we're going to try to have riders film segments. And I believe his riding spot's going to be one of the spots that they may allow some guys to do that. I'm saying he's filming there, but maybe they're going to bring in some other guys to film some segments there. Not 100% sure how it's going to work, but I think it's cool. And I actually enjoy watching the guys ride that type of stuff. Like, I love freestyle, I love the tricks, but sometimes, when it's just two ramps, one this way and one that way, and the guy just does a big trick, turns, does a big trick, turns, jumps a big trick. It's kind of like, okay, cool. It's just more like a best trick contest, but you're just doing 5 tricks rather than 1 because you're just going in a circle. I would way rather watch a rider go out to like Axel's Park and ride a full course with big quarter pipe, big dirt lip, 100-footer, 75-footer, and put a big run together, because that's how it was back in the day. Like, you showed up to the course back in the day, there'd be 15 jumps out there with they were dirt lips and different ramps, different distances, and you'd be nervous just to go jump the jump, let alone try to flip it or do your trick. You get like a 5-minute practice and you'd only hit half the jumps, and you'd be sitting back in the pits stressed out about your run, going like, man, what am I gonna do over that jump? I didn't even hit it yet. And you're like, man, I need to flip that one. You're like, shoot, I wonder if I can do this. And you were trying to figure out what you were gonna do, and you even have a chance to get it done in the, oh, here she comes. You hear the squeak. But that to me is, that's how I remember freestyle being. It wasn't just a 2 ramp setup and you just go back and forth and do your best trick. Like it was like about putting it together out there, finding this technical course, and everyone had a different run. Like no one did the same lines. Everyone went all over, picked where they wanted to go. So I would love to see it kind of go back to that direction, to where it's a little bit more about the rider expressing himself out on the course and being free to have options to go where he wants to go, and let him design his layout and not just be stuck to riding in a circle and jumping 2 ramps. Way cooler to watch, in my opinion. Here she is. Let's get her on the camera. What do we got?
5 minutes till Deacon.
Oh, all right. So she's giving me the countdown here. She's like, Deacon's coming on in 5 minutes. She's like, wrap it up. Deacon's coming. They're all gonna leave anyway. So we got 5 minutes. So we'll take a couple questions and then let you guys go hang out with Deacon.
Someone asked if you have a road bike or
Do I have a what?
a road bike.
Yeah, I got a road bike. So she's saying someone asked. Sorry, I'm questioning. But Mel's saying, one of you guys asked if I had a road bike. I do, but I need a better one. My road bike's very old. It's definitely not up to, if you ever see me post a picture in it, it's old school. Like I posted a picture one day of it in my story, and I looked at it, and it looks like an old 10-speed from like some beach movie. I was done.
It looks like you bought it at a garage sale.
So ghetto, but it works. I've had it forever, dude, and I still ride it. It still works. Hey, it is what it is. I get in my little, I do an hour run on it, get my hour in. It's all good. I'm definitely looking to get a new one. I started DMing companies on Instagram trying to find one, and nobody even responded to me. I got no love. All right, so here we go. We got Fro. We'll get him up here at the end. A couple more minutes left. He says, do you still have the chopper? No. I sold the chopper when I got into off-road racing. So when I had to build my own truck to go race off-road, like I had sponsors. So Rockstar helped me out. Mickey Thompson helped me out. Had a couple other smaller sponsors that kicked down some racing money, but I had to build the truck myself, and the truck was very expensive. So I sold my chopper, I sold the chopper, and I sold the bins. Sold 2 of my toys to build the off-road truck, and then I built the off-road truck, and then I ended up having to sell it a couple years later. Kind of sucked. Lost a bunch of money on it because it wasn't worth anything. They all were a loss. Lost money on the bins, lost money on the chopper, lost money on the race truck. They're not good investments. They're lost. You want to make good investments, find real estate, find things that make your money grow. Those things make your money die. They weren't like good investments. But whatever. It was all good. Fun while it lasted. All right, so we're gonna get this. We'll sneak this one in, and then we'll probably try to wrap it up because it's gonna got a couple minutes here. 3 minutes. So, any tips for throttle? So this is from Polo Gang. Any tips for throttle control for hole shots? Yeah, so throttle control and hole shots, it's another thing you kind of have to play with a little bit when you go out and test. You kind of learn where you want to be. It can't be too low that when you let out the clutch, there's not enough to match the clutch. So if you're like, and you let out, then obviously you don't have enough gas. But you don't want to go too much where it's just Just find a little happy medium to where it's in there so it's got like a nice thing. But really, you're going to control this with this. Like, so you could have this tuned up really, but this isn't going to go and except for what you do with this. So it's really like throttle's up, front brakes on, clutch is in, hold the front brake, let out the clutch so that you feel that thing nudging, and then soon as it's time to go, you feed this, don't dump this. This is where everybody gets into trouble. They just go, and they try to dump it. Try to feed it, and this is just already there. So roll it on and feed it all at the same time. So it's simultaneous. You're letting out a clutch and letting out the front brake at the same time. Because you're gonna get the clutch to where the bike's just kind of nudging. It's right there, it's right there. So that means that last little time, as soon as you let it go, it's gonna go. And it's smooth. Feed it out. Don't dump it and get all crazy with it. You wanna try to pull straight lines. Like just practice them and try to look at your line. When you turn back around and get line back up in your rut, look at your line. Did you go fishtail out of there, or did you pull it straight? And try to practice to where you can, that's clutch control, throttle and clutch control. When you dump it and get all squirrely is where you get the fish, the S fish trail out of the gate. So just smooth always fast. Nice feed, clutch feed, not clutch dump. All right, sweet. All right, so it's 8 o'clock. I'm gonna let you guys go hang out with Danger Boy, Deegan. Those guys are probably hanging. We got Melly on here. All right. Hey, so thanks for hanging out here on Monday Night Moto Nights. We'll see you guys next week. Thank you, everybody that's been supporting merch. Thank you for everybody signing up for the school. And like I said, if you're in the area, you want to get signed up for the Jew class, do it quick before they sell out. And we'll see you guys next week. Much love. Have fun and be safe. See you guys at the track.
Can you show them your socks?
Oh, she's like, can I show you what's wrong with my socks? She's hating on my
Look
socks,
at the
dude.
Oh, he didn't even see the socks with the sandals.
Dude, you
y'all.
can't mess with the game right here, dude.
You
Sock
can't
game's
even
neighbor.
go.
You can't mess with it.
Okay, bye guys.
Peace out.
Okay, you gotta push it.